Looking still.
I thought you said that you're ready.
Huh?
So I run back here. You should have.
I mean, totally ready, yeah. Something can happen, but not yet. Come in there for me for 5 minutes. Come first one. Let me get rid of some people. Move your chair forward.
And good evening and welcome to the second of a triple header here this evening at Wildy in the Barbados Football Association's Premier League for the 2018-2019 season. At present, Paradise FC up against UWI Blackbirds. Paradise in the dark blue jerseys this evening, white shorts, and blue shorts. That'll be blue shorts. White shorts and blue socks. The Paradise Jets this evening. Blue jerseys as well. And the UWI Blackbirds in their traditional yellow and black jerseys, black shorts, black socks as well. University of West Indies Blackbirds are kicking from right to left. As you can see, ball over to the right-hand side. And ball skewing off the outside of the boot there for the UE right back. And the Paradise team, who are leading 1-0 on 49 minutes, going from left to right. Ball into the Paradise midfield now as they're looking and go in search of a second goal. Here's Elijah Downey, look up to his usual tricks. He takes out one, he takes out two. As we say, good evening for the first time this evening in this particular matchup, having done the 4 p.m. game. Mr. Kwame Paris.
Good evening, Trevor, and good evening to our viewers on the Trident 10 network and on our YouTube stream. Hope you're having a fantastic evening.
So as the two teams battle it out here this evening, we welcome you to the Trident 10's coverage, and we want to apologize on behalf of Trident 10 and the BFA. We had some technical issues and difficulties coming into this second game. Had our technicians working helter-skelter. All systems are go now. And we apologize for that break in transmission. Just past the half-time, as we said just a couple seconds ago. Zico Phillips twisting and turning and trying to deliver a ball down the right-hand side. 50 minutes on the clock. Here comes the babyface creative midfielder, Niall Reid-Stephen. He's given up possession rather cheaply. And Paradise then look to go in search of a goal of their Second goal of the night. Here's Lashley. Inside this time to the goal scorer, Sharon Hoyt, who scored a beauty of a goal on 45+1. It's outside the box on the left-hand side and curled one with all the delicacy in the world, far post style, and the ball nestled nicely into the back of the nets. Paradise 1, UWI Blackbirds 0, and free kick to the UWI Blackbirds, Kwame.
Yeah, yellow card there for Mario Williams for the strong tackle on Mario Watson. Tackle coming in from behind. Looks like Kadeem Ellis over this one. But what Paradise has done well here, getting confused with the jerseys. Not accustomed to seeing Paradise playing in his kit. Let's see. Ellis floats this one into the box, cleared by Herwood. Second chance here. Shepard hunts down this ball, is cleared quite expertly by number 13, Shaquan Waldron. But I was about to say that Mario Hart has been isolated in effort. Slight shot there on goal from Ellis. Ball still alive. Hart with his back to goal, trying to wrestle his way between two Paradise defenders. No harm done.
So 51.5 minutes on the clock. Throw-in to the UWA Blackbirds. They're trailing. Ball across the box. There's Boxer with a two-fisted punch to the edge of the D. Still under pressure. Hart looking to take it on the chest. It hits him in the neck area and ricochets away. Still in possession. The UWA Blackbirds. 52. Motley with the attempted ball towards the edge of the 18 box. Lashley and Shepard runs into a brick wall in the form of the defense there, and the ball all the way back to goalkeeper Phillips, Shaquan Phillips, the under-17 national keeper. At least one of them look to come down this left-hand side with Reed Stephen. Inside to Hart, nice turn. He's putting it on a platter over to Shamari Marcus, tackled strongly. Advantage played, the right foot shot coming off the defender there. And over the goal line for a corner kick. Mark was in a promising position, was swept off his feet. But the advantage was played as Shepard, weighing 51, got it. He tried to spank it towards goal. And the ball comes off the defender last and out for a corner. So played the advantage, so wouldn't be able to pull back that one for Paradise to have a telling free kick from just about 20 yards out. But on 53 minutes, Paradise with the 1-0 lead over UWA Blackbirds. Nice ingenuity from the corner kick there. Looking to put it towards the danger area. And that's easy for the keeper, Boxhill, to pick it up at near post. With 53.5 minutes gone. And my co-commentator Keith is in his seat now. So nothing left to do but to let Keith know that it's his turn to shine on Trident 10. Good evening to you, Keith.
Blessings, Trev. Blessings to the world. Blessings to Barbados. A very interesting and intriguing encounter here tonight. And at the moment, Paradise pulling the strings and leading by 1-0. 8 minutes into the second half. But surely, UWI Blackbirds not out of it. And they are defending at the moment. This could be goal number 2. This is goal number 2. How did he hit that wide, Trevor? My eyes closed, I believe I would have tucked that away, but surely you can't miss such an easy opportunity. That should have been 2-0. Paradise, having scored earlier on, seemed destined to go 2-0 up and to stamp the authority on the game and kill off Blackbirds. But in the end, I believe it was the Sugar Man who pulled the shot wide when it was easier to squeeze it into the back of the nets than to get it outside. He did the one thing that Paradise did not need on the night. Surely, 54 minutes gone, should have been Paradise 2, UWI Blackbirds 0, but it remains 1-0. And now Blackbirds looking to come forward down the right attacking side of midfield. The ball is with Blackbirds. Can they conjure up some magic? Good skill shot will come in. Good shot just wide. Good football from UE, but in the end, the shot going wide. But Trevor, I know you were fixing one or two things there, but surely that should have been 2-0.
Yeah, definitely both teams guilty of missing gilt-edged chances here this evening. And surely if goals would have been scored on both ends, it would be actually 2-1 to Paradise. But some good, really good chances being created by the midfielders. And as the ball is dispatched to the front men, just not able to hit the target on 55.5 minutes.
Well, we will continue hoping that we get some more goals. UE last week played a blinder against the Defense Force Sports program, and tonight they'll be hoping to do just the same. Paradise leading 3-0 last week, unbelievable. So to lose 4-3 in the end to Notre Dame, will want to redeem themselves, and I am certain that they would not want to lose this lead. But the game is not over. It had a long way to go. Paradise on defense, and Trevor to roll it forward. Paradise 1, UWI Blackbirds 0.
So Motley will spread it wide, coming all the way back into the middle of the midfield. The Blackbirds using Axel George to create those little pockets of space and receive the ball facing his own defense and having to turn. But so far so good for him. Ball up to Hart, who prods it to his right actually, and not able to get on to that particular ball. Is the UWI man there, Romario Watson, who gets a start this evening in this UWI Blackbirds team. 57 on the clock. Paradise are ahead, and of course Paradise are third in zone number 2. They're also the 2018 Stagbear Knockout Cup champions. And the opposition this evening, the UWI Blackbirds, second in zone number 1. And they have the BFA Premier League Championship trophy of 2016 in their cabinet, and haven't won a trophy since 2016. So both teams have had success in recent times, Keith, but it's the 2019 season that we're more interested in. And they're both, we consider they're languishing a bit because Paradise being third in zone 2 and BDF second in zone 1. They're not on the top of the table, and therefore they're not in contention for first spot in the league. As you know, that's won by the two top teams. They'll cross over and face off with one another in a 2 best-of-3 final. And therefore, if they wanted to be in that, they would need to, in some form or fashion, get to the top of their respective zones before these last 4 rounds of matches are complete, in order to be won with the leaders and therefore have a chance at the big trophy and prize money in 2019.
Well, what is incredible is that one night you can see some outstanding football from the likes of Paradise and UE, and then on the other night they just don't seem to get it right. Paradise look the stronger team at the moment. UE not playing with the rhythm and the consistency we saw them last week, and they will need to step up very, very quickly. But at the moment, Paradise definitely pulling the strings, the lead, and this is the man UE will be expecting to make some runs. He's running up against 5 men. What will he get his shot in? No, he can't. Blocked out. He should have passed that earlier, Trevor.
Yeah, he's looking for the space that he can give a clean pass, but sometimes that's not really necessary when you have a marksman like Hart lurking. Just need to play it into a little bit of a space. Hart will make the move, and he will keep the opposition off as well, so he has enough room to then spank it towards goal. But
he could have taken a shot.
Yeah, Reece Stevens with lots to learn still. He's only 17 years old, and we'll need to, as you said, sometimes know when to release it for another partner to maybe have the shot, or to release it and then get the low 1-2, giving himself a bit more space, shaking those shackles off, and then he'll be able to finish the tactic himself. Both teams this evening, in fact, the Paradise team missing 2 key factors: Akeem Applewhite, the 19-year-old, and Jomo Harris in his early 20s. Last seen catching a flight to Finland for some football trials over there. So all's well for Akil Applewhite and Joe Moore Harris, as well as in the final game of the evening, the BDS Sports program will be also missing Rashad Jules, the 26-year-old, and Shane Codrington, the central defensive captain of the BDF. Those two players, as well as Akil Applewhite and Joe Moore Harris, off to Finland for some football trials as they look to better their careers. Substitution from Paradise.
But let us wish them well, Trevor. You know, the more players who can get trials, the better for the development of the game here. And that is why Trident 10, in collaboration with the BFA, are doing a fantastic job. The players get more exposure. But the players has to understand two things, Trevor. On a personal note, they have to train a lot harder. They have to improve their technique. And only on our way here, we were discussing that Barbados has to focus on the Gold Cup and not the World Cup at the moment. Because when you see the teams who have advanced to the Gold Cup, Guyana, Bermuda, Curacao, Martinique, Barbados must have a chance of reaching the Gold Cup. The World Cup is a little different. So the players wants to get these opportunities to go on trials, lift themselves up individually, and then when they come back collectively, Barbados will begin to make progress. Do you agree?
Yeah, definitely so. 61 and a half on the clock. Paradise with the 1-0 lead. A goal scored by Sharan Hoyt on 45 plus the additional minute added on for stoppages. And then the halftime whistle was blown. They went for refreshments and came storming back into this one. And on just about 62 minutes, the Yellow Submarine from Dover, known as Paradise, with the 1-0 lead over UWI Blackbirds.
Well, I know that you didn't say the Yellow Submarine, but they're in blue tonight and white, and they're leading 1-0. And UE playing within themselves, but not with the intensity that they played with last week. And will need to step out as the game continues if they want to get that equalizer. It was all about the talisman last week, where twice, in the twinkling of an eye, he showed why he is such an outstanding striker. That's my heart, with some clinical finishing. But tonight, he's playing a little deeper, and obviously, Blackbirds not able so far to break down Paradise.
So free kick. Amal Mears, the Paradise number 5, a defensive midfielder, being fouled after 63 minutes. So the restart. Mario Williams in possession. And now Reece Stephen 58 for the UWA Blackbirds to the bottom left of your screens. Ball up for our post. Good clearance this time from Phillips there as he used his hand to put that one wide of the mark. The header was on target. But of course, the young 17-year-old Shaquan Phillips then using all of his experience as a youth national to tuck that one around the near post. 64 on the clock. Here comes Mandel Sugar Lashley, the leading marksman for the season. 20 goals into the back of the net for this season. A far post ball, attacking header from Phillips, and it's over the crossbar. And a goal kick then to the UWI Blackbirds, who are trailing Paradise by the odd goal.
Well, yes, they still lead 1-0 on the night, but a long way to go. 26 minutes left of normal time, plus time added on for stoppages. So time is of the essence here for UE. They have to really produce better football at the moment. They're just playing and hoping they're not creative as usual. And hopefully they would find a way to break down the Paradise defense. On the other hand, Paradise will be making sure that that do not happen. So the scoreline, it is Paradise leading after 64 and a half minutes. Paradise 1, UWI Blackbirds 0.
So Shamari Mark, far post cross there. Now Reece Stevens fighting and scrapping and being rewarded with a throw-in 15 yards from the goal line on the left-hand side. He'll leave it for Axel George, a 23-year-old midfielder for UWA Blackbirds. Ball across the 18-yard box. There's Shamari Mark being robbed of it. Illegally, I believe. Shaquan Waldron going one-on-one with Shamari Mark there. And Shamari Mark coming off worse for wear. He wins his team a free kick. And the referee this evening decides that that one needs to be placed a little bit further back. The officials for this evening's match, Mr. Royan Small is the ref in the center this evening. Ably assisted by first assistant Angelo Doyle on the near side. Shannon Gibson, the second referee assistant on the far side. And of course, the most experienced referee of all, Julian Martindale, is the fourth official. Shot coming in, and there's Mr. Boxill to pick it out of the air. And looking to dispatch it with his left foot now. 65, in fact, that's a 75-yard clearance. Jaden Miller getting involved in the defensive works. And that ball falls to Axel George. George cuts back on his right foot, plays it inside. And the UWA Blackbirds start to press and probe. Kadeem Ellis getting involved there, along with the elbow in the back. We make it on Akeem Brown. And he wins his team a free kick. UWA Blackbirds now trying to fight their way back into this match. Second half action here at Wildy. Compliments of the Barbados Football Association. With the assistance of Trident 10 TV production crew here. Yours truly, Trevor Thorne from Commentator Sports Incorporated. Alongside me, Mr. Keith Griffith. Here's UWA down the Paradise right. Hart looks to float one inside. Good defensive work there from the Paradise defense. 67.5 on the clock. Still no joy for UE, but they're making some progress down the left-hand side, Keith.
Well, for sure, they're showing lots of determination to get back into the game, but they would also have to be careful because Paradise are capable of hitting them on the break. What is unusual, though, for UE, they're not really taking any shots, Trev, at the goal, just a tame one from Reed Stevens. And this is where Hart would have to show his skills and expertise if they intend to get the equalizer. A little more purposeful play, a little bit more shooting. Hopefully, they will get it on target. And who knows, get back a goal.
It takes shots and creativity to produce those goals. So far, Paradise with enough creativity and accuracy to get the ball into the UWA nets, courtesy of the 45 plus 1 minute finish from Sharon Hoyt, the 18-year-old. And since then, it's been all UE with Paradise, causing some problems down the right-hand side as they're doing right now. But still no joy for them. Bushel inside this time looking for Hoyt. The ball kept out of the clutches of Hoyt there and then played down the right only to give it away for a throw-in. Paradise will take it quickly with Shaquan Waldron, and then the long clearance. There's Motley into Shamari Mark. The Grenadian controls very well.
He plays exceptionally well in the middle of the midfield. He is one of the better players that I've seen throughout the season. He always seemed comfortable and in total control. And I must say that if more of the players in the Premiership technically were as well equipped as he is, the standard of the game would even be higher, Trevor. But he is always very impressive when he has the ball at his feet.
So 70 minutes on the clock. There's referee Royan Small. Missed him for quite some time in last season's tournament, but he seems to be back to his very fit and agile self again, and he's in control of the second of a triple header here this evening. First game done and dusted, I would say quite efficiently then by the Scottish car rental St Andrew Lions, running away with a 1-0 victory. I believe it was Shamar Edwards with the first half goal over RBC Capital Markets Barbados Soccer Academy. And this the second encounter where the UWI Blackbirds are trailing Paradise. And it is Sharon Hoyt with the first crack at goal. First real meaningful build-up from Paradise that finished with some kind of a reward. And he curled it from just about 20 yards out past the outstretched hands of goalkeeper Shaquan Phillips to give Paradise the 1-0 lead after 45 plus 1. 70 minutes on the clock, almost 71 to be precise. Restart with a fair play throw right back to the UWI man here at left back as Yui go in search of an equalizer. Paradise is still ahead, Keith.
Definitely there in the lead, comfortably so at the moment, because Yui, like I said, are not really taking any shots. Hart and Reed Stevens need to get some shots in and put Paradise under pressure. Paradise playing very well at the moment though, and deservedly lead on the night by 1-0. 19 minutes left of normal time. That's an excellent ball. This must be a goal. Oh no, good defensive cover, but that should have been 1-1, Trevor.
Should have been, but some good defensive work there, Keith. Kept that one at bay. Shaquan Waldron getting back there and deploying the left foot to keep the ball from going over the line. And Paradise with another life. Chance here for Shamari Mark as he spreads it to the left-hand side. Axel George back to Hart. Will look to float one in towards the penalty box. And Boxhill with the low ricocheted ball all the way back to goalkeeper Boxhill, who will kill a bit more time if he can. Because as soon as he picks it up, then the 6 seconds will start. At present, he's toying with the UWI Blackbirds forwards there. And he now picks up and then drills one 65 yards up the field, cut out by Jaden Miller. Into Shamari Mark, who nice and tidily sets it off down the UWI Blackbirds' right-hand side after 73 minutes.
But what was lacking in that moment, Trevor, is the power on the shot. He went past Boxhill, and he should have struck it with a little bit more venom, but it didn't have the quality on the pace on it, and in the end, the defender was able to get back. But surely if we can see more balls with cutting-edge movement like that from Yui, they will get back into this game. That was a brilliantly played ball, and Yui came very close to equalizing. But give Paradise credit, good defensive organization, and even though Boxhill was beaten, they were able to clear the danger in the end.
Well, you know, Paradise known as the Yellow Submarine from Dover, Christchurch. That's what they call them. Well, recently they've been firing those proverbial torpedoes at any moving targets, and lately they misfired in the second half against Clayton Scholatonic Notre Dame last week and threw away a 3-0 lead, 3-0 first half lead, and they were duly spanked by the Dames 4-3 as Dames came storming back. I think complacency had slipped in for the Paradise team at that point in time, and if they're gonna hope to dream of bigger things, like even overhauling the BDS Sports program in zone number 2 and trying to take the top spot, then they'll need a good performance tonight for sure. Referee Small having something to sort out here because the Paradise man is down. It looks like Mears from here, if it's having a problem in the middle of the midfield there. You'll find of late though, the UWA Blackbirds they've been playing very well after the loss to Paradise 2-0, and then the defeat against the defending champions Weymouth Wales 1-0. Then they bounced back with 4 wins and 2 draws, and that suggests that they are well and truly poised to make a run for the title. Yeah, so Mario Hart has regained his goal scoring magical touch with supporting cast with the likes of now Reed Stephen. And of course the Grenadian box-to-box midfielder Shamari Mark. Once he remains cool and calm, then I would think that the UWA Blackbirds can probably come back into this particular matchup, Keith, and make a real game of it.
Well, that is so true. And we were off air earlier on, so we were not able to tell you, if you're a Wales fan, it didn't go all that good for Wales last night in their semi-final matchup, sorry. They went down by 3-0, and they're out of the CFU Champions League at the moment. But surely, Trevor, that was a good opportunity for the Wales to put Barbados totally on the map, having won 2 games and lost 2, and that game would have put them in the finals. But better luck to Wales next time. So we anticipate that Wales will be back home shortly, having made that trip to Curacao. Let's wish them a safe travel. But to the Wales fans, Wales losing by 3-0 last night.
Losing to a team by the name of Robin Hood out of Robin Hood out of Suriname.
They have always been a good team, Robin Hood, for years.
Named synonymous with good players out of Suriname as well. The ball across the box and good defensive work again there. And then the clearance is made. Ball falls to George. Axel George will look to float one in towards the near post. Hoyt. It's cool as a Sunday evening stroll. Little 1-2s in and around the box as Paradise come out of their defensive third rather easily. George in possession again here for UWA. Needs some quality inside. Here it is. Shamari Mark will look to burst through. Ankles gets tapped.
I thought he went down a bit easily there, but why did they not shoot? They're staying so long to shoot the ball at Box Hill. They need to challenge the keeper and see what he's made of.
So here they come now.
There again.
Into the box again. Tucks it inside and finishes. Goal! A superb solo run from Akeem Brown, coming on as a substitute and making his presence felt on 78 minutes. We're tied 1 apiece. Paradise FC 1, UWA Blackbirds 1.
That was pure class, individual brilliance. And what was delightful with that, when we see it on the playback, is that he kept his cool, he kept his head in the right position, and then rolled it calmly past Box Hill. That is superb finishing, but that was destined to happen because Blackbirds keep probing and searching, and eventually they found. We like to see that again on the playback because that was excellent finishing from Brown. That was a good goal, Trevor.
So Brown gets his 4th goal of the season. He would have already scored goals against Notre Dame and the Barbados Soccer Academy. A brace of goals there as the University of West Indies Blackbirds really start charging forward. There's Miller getting all excited inside the opposition 18-yard box. But for his troubles, he's won a corner kick on this left-hand side. 79 on the clock. We're tied 1 apiece between UWA Blackbirds and Paradise. And the finish by Brown, exquisite at near post. As for a post ball, that one is no problems at all for Boxer. It slide past his left shoulder. And with the 80th minute on the clock, 1 apiece, Keith.
Well, for sure, 1-1, good finishing. And I must confess that Brown's run was out of the top drawer. And when a player can do that on one night and then come back the next night and you don't see him, you wonder why. But that is one of the outstanding goals of the season, and let's give him good credit.
So we're even. With just another 10 or so minutes to go, I believe this is going to be a real helter-skelter finish here for these two top teams. Ball through a space, and the referee did not blow the whistle. That's a little strange. Player Miller put his hands on the ball, but I didn't actually hear a whistle from here either. But of course, the restart taken by the UWI Blackbirds on 80 minutes.
I think what happened is that the assistant referee on this side, he had his flag raised, and it was acknowledged by the referee. But like you said, we didn't really hear the whistle clearly, and in the end, it worked out well for UWI because they could have been charged with a handball, but lucky everything went right for them. They're playing the better game at the moment as they go far down the right once again.
So Mario Hart battling for it. I think he gets a little tap from the likes of Zico Phillips. He goes to the surface and has a little laugh about it. There's second assistant Shannon Gibson. She too can see the funny side of that one. UWI battling, and so is the defense of Paradise on 81 minutes, throwing to the UWI Blackbirds.
Well, the question mark is why last week and now again this week Paradise have fallen away in the second half, and they're really under the cosh at the moment. This could be goal number 2 in the making.
So there's the clearance, brings that attack to a halt. The rhythm for the Paradise team looks good as they come out of their defense. They're getting those passes put together rather nicely, but on this occasion
but there's no attack, Trevor. Most of the playing is inside their own half. Even Sugar Lashley is all the way back in a defensive position, and with 9 minutes to go, they need him up in front to continue his outstanding goal-scoring form this season.
That's a harmless ball. This Boxer will take charge of. He looks right and trying to find the attacker there. Ball over the touchline. So UWA Blackbirds continue to maintain possession. This is Motley. 82 on the clock. Mears pass 3 and gets his shirt tugged at the same time, and over in a heap on 83 minutes.
Well, yeah, Trevor, I'm leaving that one with you, selecting the outstanding player of the team. Mark looked very good in the midfield. That was good finishing with Brown, but I am giving you the blessed opportunity on this Palm Sunday night to choose the man of the match.
Free kick then. Skidding off the slippery surface. Lashley can't even turn on the afterburners there, but still not enough pace to catch that one. And the ball over the.
So who have you come up with, Trev?
I like the looks of Sharon Hoyt. I like Hoyt at central midfield for the Paradise team. Also scored the first goal of the evening for Paradise. There he is again with a brilliant pass to Lashley. Can he finish? No, he can't. So that's the skill of
you were
Sharon.
one of the you were one of the best strikers Barbados ever produced. How could you miss that, Trev? That was easy. How can Sugar Lashley miss that? Explain that to me.
We'll never know. We're not in his boots, and therefore we'll never know.
We'd like to see that play back because that was so simple. I believe that one of our journalists here who is covering the game, Aaron Marr, would have scored that. So that was that easy. That was so easy, easier than Sunday morning. I know Aaron Marr have an eye for goal, so he would have danced around the keeper, I believe, and just roll it in. But he should have made that 2-1, Trev.
Yeah, well, they say strikers are special. That's why they're not like a dime a dozen, you know, Keith. You can't just look at a guy and say he will do it. and therefore is a special breed of which only certain players are of the caliber to do the damage. Chance here. Here's Shamari Mark. Looks to Sombrero, the keeper, but it's outside and safe as ever. 86 on the clock. 1 goal apiece between Paradise and UWI Blackbirds.
Well, Travis heated up at both ends. Mark also had a chance to make it 2-1 for his team, but he got it right. He has been playing well throughout the season. But surely, with Lashley missing at the other end, he could have sealed the deal for UWI Blackbirds 2-1. So you're going with Hoyt as the player of the game.
That's right.
So Mr. Phillips, you'll be very happy to hear Sharon Hoyt of Paradise.
So we just about 4 minutes remaining of regular time. Will be time added on for stoppages. We had a number of stoppages, including the one on screen there. So Box Hill just awaiting the referee's decision to restart the game. And at present we're 1 goal apiece between Paradise and UWI Blackbirds in the second last matchup of a triple header. The final game of the evening should be a cracker-jacker as well, so don't you stray too far away from your TV sets. It's Clayton's Colatonic Notre Dame Sports Club up against the BDF Sports Program. The BDF are first in the zone number 2. Motley all the way back to Phillips, who clears. The BDF, yes, first in zone number 2, and Dames are third in zone number 1. These are the cross-zone matches, of course. And ball played deep. Keeper comes late and then collects. That's Box Hill at his brilliant best on the far side there.
Box is showing all of his expertise and experience. He has been an outstanding goalkeeper and a good product from the Dover base. But here we go now with Mark again. This could be dangerous. Good football from Mark. Good defending from Paradise.
So Ellis gives it up there. And good turn there by Shepherd.
A little too much space on that.
Looking for George, but yes, a bit too much beef on it. And the ball over the touchline for Paradise throw.
Good pace on it, but a little too strong. You be in the ascendancy again and going forward. Here they go. I believe that's a foul. No, the referee goes on.
He says play on. Ball squared at near post. I'm almost sure that one went over the goal line in the process.
Yeah, that's a corner. But Paradise went to sleep momentarily.
Definitely sleeping at the wheel there, and UWA Blackbirds almost punishing them, making them feel the pain with just about a minute and a half to go.
Agony, Trev?
Agony of defeat it would have been, as you said, but it's still tight. Both teams still in with a shout at this point in time. Short corner kick taken, fed to Shepherd, who's then challenged, and the ball coming off of Shepherd last. His Mears hasn't had a lot of starts for the season. Nice turn from Miller. Does he find his man? No, he doesn't. He finds Lashley instead, who finds Hayward on the far side. Hayward with the cross-field ball towards the far post, headed away by UWI Blackbirds, in towards Kobe Shepherd, who leads it for Axel George, and his pass is inaccurate and over the touchline for a Paradise throw.
Well, I'm going to have to recommend to Paradise that they probably need to get moving with some lovely Purity Wonder products, cassava bread and salt bread and all-rounders, because they seem so good, Trevor, for 45 minutes, but they're probably lacking that little extra energy in the second half, just as they did against Notre Dame. Again tonight, they find themselves leading for a long period, only to concede, and now they have to battle hard to maintain as we go into the 90th minute of this game. 1-1 the scoreline. UWI Blackbirds 1, Paradise 1. Goal kick to Paradise.
Obviously missing the skills of Akil Applewhite and Jomo Harris off to Finland on the football trial. I believe they left yesterday or thereabouts. And the extra energy that you're talking about. Give chance here. Oh, it's a finish. Hayward troubling the keeper on 90+1. And there it is. The UWI Blackbirds sleeping at the wheel. And Dario Ayres Hayward. High five to Adrian Oki Donovan on the far side. Paradise have completed the smash and grab there, Keith. It's Paradise 2, UWI Blackbirds 1.
Well, since last week we were talking about the inexperience of the young keeper, and again in his moment of agony he would feel very dejected because the game seemed destined to draw. 3 minutes of time added on for stoppages, and if we are privileged to see the play back, you can't give away a goal like that, Trev.
If you have an attacker like Dario Ayres here with bearing down on goal, he already has 8 for the season before he put that one home as well. One man you wouldn't want to go one-on-one with is Hayward. And what he's done is he's stuck the right boot out. And as Shaquan Phillips went to clear, he allowed for it to hit the right boot and go right past goalkeeper Shaquan Phillips in the UWI Blackbirds nets and increase the score for Paradise so that the classified score at this point in time is Paradise FC 2, UWI Blackbirds 1. And all 3 points looking as though they're headed towards Dover Christchurch this evening, Keith, rather than Blackrock St. Michael.
Well, for sure, he has lots of potential, the young keeper. And when Kerry Hill is not available, it gives him the opportunity to showcase his talent. But he has to understand that you can't make judgment of that nature with a player lurking around, and in the end his inexperience showed, and Blackbirds look at the moment to be in danger of being defeated in a game that they played well, scored an excellent goal, but now they find the game deadlocked as you go inside the last minute of time added on for stoppages.
Really looking like a topsy-turvy finish for the gents from Cave Hill, known as the UWI Blackbirds, in yellow this evening. And it certainly turned out to be almost a black day for them, Keefers. Some strong tackling in the middle of the field, rather robust there, leaving our man of the match on the turf on his backside there. 90+2 was the call as far as the additional minutes, the 2 additional minutes added on by the referee here this evening. Shamari Marak in possession will look to come out of his defense. That certainly sounds like the final whistle to me. And with it, it's a classified result then. It is the Yellow Submarine from Dover, known as Paradise FC, with the 2-1 victory over UWI Blackbirds. Oh, that's a bit of a crazy finish to that one. Thank you to my sponsors, Results Auto Shop, for all your automobile accessories, with locations at White Park Road, 429-4890, and Market Hill St. George, 228-2728. Results Auto Shop celebrating their 20th anniversary with attractive prices at both stores. Give them a call. That's the final whistle, Keith, on this particular matchup, the second of a triple header. And with it, the classified result then, Paradise FC 2, UWI Blackbirds 1. Final words from Keith before we head to the advertising break.
Well, simple and easy. Paradise winning 2-1 in a very hard battle. We look forward to the next game.
Right, lots more. Join us for the final game at 8 p.m. The match between Clayton's Colatonic, Notre Dame, who are third in zone number 1, up against the BDF Sports Program, first in zone number 2. Lots more. Join us.
This is Kurt Brown, and I love mixing as a DJ and with my go-to drink, Clayton's Cola Tonic. Clayton's mixes with hard or soft. It's your secret and mine what we mix with Clayton's. Change it up depending on the event. I love the energy I get from it to keep me going all night long. Clayton's will know why you're up, and so will I. But your secret is safe. Clayton's Cola Tonic. Take it any way you like.
We are jump-starting summer with the annual Barbados Reggae Festival, April 27th to 30th. 3 massive shows. Buju Banton, The Long Walk to Freedom Tour, April 27th. Buju Banton. Wayne Wonder, Buggy Nikente, and Sprague Benz. The Magnum Explosion Reggae Beach Party, April 28th. Busy Signal. Sizzla. And more. The Vintage Reggae Show and Dance, April 30th. Admiral Tibbet. Splash Band, George Nooks, Mikey Spice, Judy Boucher, DJ Lil Rick, and Barrington Levy. The Barbados Reggae Festival, April 27th to 30th. A Fast 7-star production.
The fool has never been told.
Barbados Steel Works, we're more than just steel. Foundation to roof and everything in between. Building or renovating, there is simply no debating. We supply all your construction needs. Visit our store today for a deal. Barbados Steel Works, a name you can trust. Quality material depend on us. Barbados Steel Works, we're more than just steel. Foundation to roof and everything in between. Come to Barbados Steel Works.
So as we welcome you back to live coverage of the Barbados Football Association's Premier League, the final game of the evening. Just about a minute on the clock here at Wildy. Notre Dame, that's Clayton's Colatonic Notre Dame. Blue jerseys, blue shorts and blue socks as well. Ball into the box at far post from a corner kick. Harmlessly over the touchline. It'll be a BDF Sports Program throw-in. Just a minute and a half on the clock. The BDF in their change strip. It's a brand new one. It's a darker green jersey. Lighter shorts. Chance at near post. Ball across the box. Left foot finish. Goal. Looking like... It looks like Lord for me from here. We're in the number 10 for the BDF to Shane Lord. After a minute and a half. Has put the ball into the back of the nets. Dames are in a spot of bother. And after 2 minutes, it's Notre Dame 0, BDF Sports Program 1. Will this be a rout like the first round match? Who knows? We'll wait to find out. But just after 2 minutes, the BDF are already pressing foot on gas. And the engine responded immediately. And the ball is in the back of the nets. The BDF leading Notre Dame 1-0 after 2 minutes.
Well, Trevor, that is unbelievable. Moments ago, it was a corner down at the other end. And at a twinkling of an eye, the ball is in the back of the nets. Notre Dame continues to deceive in the first half of most of their matches. Last week, they came from behind to beat Paradise 4-3. But if they concede 3 goals in the first half against this BDF team, I'm certain they wouldn't come back.
So it's tougher times for the Notre Dame team. Really in a spot of bother here after just 2 minutes. And
flattered to deceive.
Down after such a short space of time. Should have known by now. When I give you the stats on these two, you'll realize that Dame should know by now, because they've been on the receiving end of a number of thumpings from this same BDS Sports Program team, and still haven't learned the lesson to switch on from very early. The midfielder receiving that ball is Raheem Sargent. He takes the captain's armband this evening. No Rashad Jules, no Shane Codrington. They're both off to Finland for some football trials for the next couple of weeks. And Jules 26, Codrington 20. All's well that ends well for them. Hopefully they will get signed up in Europe and be able to play their trade on a different continent altogether. At this point in time, 4 minutes on the clock, BDF with the 1-0 lead over Notre Dame.
Well, yes, Trevor, early lead for the BDF Sports Program, showing that no matter who they play, they are capable of scoring early goals and then denying the opposition opportunities to score. That was a very cool finish and a very important goal because based on Empire's results last night, they come into this game only 3 points ahead of Empire, and Empire will be hoping that Notre Dame can do them justice here and defeat the BDF. But surely, Trevor, very, very positive start from the BDF Sports Program.
So with 5 on the clock, Smith will float one to this right-hand side. Arthur with the square. It's cool in defense, but the defensive tactics aren't that very convincing, and sliding tackle needing to be deployed there for Dames as Derek Lovell gets involved there after 5 minutes, throwing to the BDF on the far right.
Well, the BDF beginning to assert themselves, having scored that early goal. Notre Dame would need to settle down a lot better than they have been doing in recent weeks in the first 45 minutes. They always finish the game strongly. I remember a remarkable performance to beat the defending champions Wales 2-1, and it will take a similar performance. But BDF very, very difficult to break down at times. And once they have the lead, I know statistically you'll be able to tell the fans if having taken the lead they have lost the game, because they get stronger and stronger, and physically they are a very, very well organized team.
So 6 minutes on the clock. Here comes throwing Tavio Norville. Floated ball into the box towards goal scorer Shane Lord. Clearance made. Crony looking to help it on. Down the line goes the Dames. Will allow for the BDF man to usher that one over the touchline. Shaquille Brown wearing the number 5 there, leaving it this time for someone that's probably going to throw it a lot further than him. Tavio Norville wearing 21. And the BDF look to come out of their defense. Ball over the touchline again. 7 minutes on the clock. The Dames are trailing. It's 1-0 to the BDF Sports Program over Dames.
Well, this game is one that we anticipate at least a couple more goals. Maybe at either end, you never know with Dames. But like I said earlier, should BDF Sports Program score another goal or score 3 goals in the first 45 minutes, I don't think they will be any way back from Notre Dame. So the Dames will need to really keep it tight, keep it compact, and on the other hand, try to get their own goal to get back into this game. Hotsworth, with all of his experience in the midfield, is going to find it tough going, because the pace of this game is going to be very quick. There he is on the ball again. And Edmay up in front will be expected to do a lot also and take some risks and take some shots. At the moment, though, BDF Sports Program leading 1-0. Hotsworth showing his expertise and experience here to help out on defense, but it is BDF leading 1-0.
So Leacock, the twist and turn there. Ball forced to far post to Arthur to drive the right foot volley over the crossbar. 8.5 on the clock.
Well, Travi got all excited there with that shot from Arthur, but it was climbing, rising, and going. Did not even test the keeper in the end. But they're getting into the offensive third and in and around the penalty area quite easily. Notre Dame will need to tighten the screw if they want to stay in this game.
Again, the ball played forward, hopefully from the BDS Sports Program. Looking to apply the pressure down the Notre Dame right-hand side. This one towards the final third there. Maynard looking to clear there. He's fouled in the process. Hotsworth with the restart. Right-hand side this time. Finds Azarlo Crony. Will come inside. Checks in and then checks back out. Will play Nico Marshall in towards Kyle Gibson, I believe that is, with the brand new
style,
hairdo. Yeah, brand new hairdo.
Oh, that's a great ball. This must be 1-1. This must be 1-1. Oh, my goodness.
Easy save in the end, Keith. No real conviction on the finish there at all. And Kishmael Primus just putting a hand up and just batting it away. One glove. With just about one glove there. Good turn from Maynard. Looked to float one for a post, but good goalkeeping again from the Barbados number 2. And Kishmael Primus sets Omani Leacock free as he enjoys a nice spell back after a suspension of a couple of games. This is
Paris. I've left 3 men for dead.
John Paris, I believe that is on this occasion. Keith Hawksworth is there. Paris is there as well. But on this occasion, Paris prodding the ball forward with the left foot to get the Dames going. And after 10.5 minutes, the BDS Sports Program lead Dames 1-0.
It's amazing that Hawksworth at his age can still dictate the tempo once he has the ball and the pace is not gruesome. He is quite capable of making a telling pass. But back to the moment ago, we paused because defense first going forward for goal number 2.
Oh,
goal number 2 in the making.
Easiest taking candy from a baby. 11 minutes on the clock and the ball dispatched this time by Rashad Smith on 11 minutes. The BDF have a 2-goal cushion. It's BDF Sports Program 2, Clayton Scolatonic, Notre Dame 0.
Well, sometimes I do not understand what Notre Dame are playing at the back. That was a door wide open. And easy pickings to make it 2-0. Notre Dame must understand you have to play defense. And this BDS Sports Program team is rampant at the moment. 2-0, only 11 minutes gone. What was the scoreline in the first game between the two when they met?
12.
Pardon?
1-2.
Did you say 12-0? Did they play with the keeper on that occasion? Well, Travis, you're not making fun at Clayton Scolaton and Notre Dame, but it's much too easy defensively. They're not well enough organized. And therefore, the technical staff will need to play probably with 2 holding midfield players in front of the back 4. They look good on ball possession, but once they don't have the ball, then BDS Sports Program will run them ragged with the pace and the skill.
It certainly will. Walking the park right now, Keith. No problems at all for the men that hail from Paragon and Christchurch, and of course the BDF Barracks at Bush Hill, St. Michael as well. They already have the Notre Dame team under the cosh here, 12.5 on the clock, and the saga continues. First round match was a 12-0 spanking, of course, and at present it's 2-0. If you were a betting man, Keith, you could put a wager on if this will be a 10, 11 or 12. Hopefully Danes will get that together very shortly and really make a game of it. But at present, all BDS Sports Program. Here's goal scorer Smith into his captain, Sargent, across to the right as the BDF go in search of goal number 3. That one headed away by John Paris. Top forward. Dames robbed of it again. Only to win it back with Aaron Leacock inside to Paris. He takes out one. We'll look to float one 25 yards up the field into Zico Edmay, who's off balance, fouled in the process. 14 on the clock. Dames 0, BDS Sports Program 2.
Well, we have to give John Nobby Paris and John Hotsworth, ironically enough, both Johns, credit for coming to work hard for their club. They don't want to see their club in the relegation area, but surely the younger players playing around them has to play with more determination and make sure that it don't go to goal number 3. Well, that's the vice president smiling happily.
So as we...
Good night, sir.
Any good mathematician, Keith, would want to give those 12 goal scorers who scored against Dames in the first round of the 2018-2019 season. He had a hat-trick of goals from Omani Leacock with goals on 23, 30 and 39 minutes. Raheem Sargent with a brace on 60 and 75. Rashid Williams also got a brace on 77 and 84. Antonia Arthur didn't want to be left out. Here comes the right foot shot. So Arthur with his take on it. His first of the season. It was scored in the 2nd minute. Trim also got one. Smith was also involved. That's Ronaldo Trim and Rashid Smith. Rashid Jules, the senior men's national captain, who's off on a football trial in Finland at this point in time. He scored on 67 minutes, and there was an own goal by Winston Maynard as well. So 12-0 in the first round encounter between BDS Sports Program and Dames on the 3rd of February 2019. And tonight, the 14th of April, 2-0 at this point in time. And the count continues. 2-0 after 16 minutes.
Well, Notre Dame looking to try to hit back here from a corner. Hotsworth, the veteran, jogging all the way across. He always has good corner kicks and free kicks to offer to Notre Dame. Can he find Kyle Gibson with his pretty haircut? We wait to see. 0-2. Notre Dame down at the moment.
A far post ball, 16 on the clock. As we say good evening to Mr. Al Walcott, first Vice President of the Barbados Football Association. Peeping over our shoulders here in the commentary booth. 16 on the clock. Dames with the floated ball, far post, chested down and then cleared. The Dames moving much too slowly though, Keith. They're really not reacting to the ball going into the box, and therefore they're always second to the ball. And if you're second to the ball, you're never going to win this battle here this evening between a very fit BDS sports program and a very casual looking Clayton Scholatonic Notre Dame.
And the Notre Dame keeper, Trevor, he looks very inexperienced. We saw the UWI Blackbirds goalkeeper just now giving away that goal that caused them to lose the game. Not criticizing him, but you can see that he lacked maturity. And a similar situation here with the Notre Dame keeper. So hopefully Notre Dame defense would have to pay more attention to the defensive capabilities. Here we go with the veteran Paris. They come inside, goal number 3. Even before I can get the words out of my lips, I get to see the goal coming. 3-0 the scoreline. This could be another massacre.
Yeah, brilliant stuff there. How to execute the one-on-one there. If you are showing that inexperience and you allow Omani Leacock to isolate your defender that way, one-on-one, just inside that the D, then he's going to exploit it. And in exploiting it, the player went one way, the ball went the next, and the ball into the back of the nets after 18 minutes. The BDS Sports Program 3. It's 3-0. The BDS Sports Program 3, Notre Dame 0.
It is much too easy. Leacock danced inside of the defender, took his time, picked his spot, and the next thing, Notre Dame picking the ball out of the back of the goal. 3-0. Surely, Trevor, this is more than a stroll in the park here at the turf.
A stroll in the park for the BDF. The Dames battling, and here they go again. They're being out sprinted down the right. First touch is good from Arthur, but then the ball across the box ricochets and into the gleeful hands this time of goalkeeper Tariq Chase, who has been beaten 3 times for the evening already, with goals on 4, 12 and 18 minutes, with goal scorers to Shane Lord. There's also a finish by Rashad Smith, and then the third goal scored by Omani Leacock. 4, 12 and 18 minutes. Ball all the way back to Primus, gets a rare touch of it after 19 minutes, and the BDF really strolling here, almost like a training ground period of time here. Arthur sprints away, will look to put the ball on the platter, far post, into the arms this time of Tariq Chase. Chase then distributes to his right, and Crony in possession finds John Hawksworth. A little shimmy and a turn and a brilliant ball through the space there, but out comes Primus playing as keeper sweeper there, Keith, and then able to backtrack into the box and accompany the ball and then distribute to his right. 20 on the clock. BDS Sports Program 3, Notre Dame 0 on 20 minutes.
Well, we have to pray for Notre Dame's sake that Tariq Chase can go on to become a Philip Blackgrove or Junior Allsup or one of those keepers from Notre Dame in the past, because at the moment Notre Dame are totally struggling at the back and leaving young Chase exposed quite easily. 3 goals coming with inside the first 20 minutes, and Notre Dame with more than a mountain to climb, and surely Notre Dame need to wake up.
So they've battled their way to a free kick. This one 19 yards out on the far right there for Dames. And in possession, John Hawksworth. We'll look to deploy, I believe, his right foot. Never seen him really do it with the left from 20 yards, 18, 19 or 20 yards. So Correct in saying his body language says he's sizing this one up for a right foot finish. 21 minutes on the clock. A little peek over the shoulder as he waits the referee's whistle. Floats it to the far post. The attacking header coming in. This time around from the Dames man there, but
they were holding on to Parrish's shirt, and he just going to wrestle them off. Looking at young Chase in goal, many years ago, Notre Dame had outstanding goalkeepers like Harcourt Wilkinson, Colin Payne, all tall guys, but he is rather short in stature here. Not to say that he will not go on to be an outstanding keeper. Junior also, he was also a very good goalkeeper for Notre Dame, and maybe I missed out one or two other keepers, but surely Chase will need to fill out a little bit, go a little taller, hopefully, if he's going to have this kind of work to do for the Notre Dame team, who are not the strongest team defensively. Paris having to come back to help his club. So really and truly, Trevor. And there was also Kareem Farrell. You remember Kareem Farrell? Excellent keeper. And surely the Dames would have to scout and work hard to make sure that they have a keeper who will have a little more presence than Chase has at the moment. Maybe in 2 to 3 years' time, he will grow in stature and become an outstanding keeper. At the moment, though, BDF Sports Program 3, Notre Dame 0.
So here's Hotsworth on the left now. We'll look for some support. Ball floated inside, cleared away by the BDF. In towards Omani Leacock. He surveys and he sees an opening on the far side. Controlled by goalkeeper Chase and played out to the right hand side. In comes Nico Marshall. In towards Azarul Crony. And the ball spread wide. As Danes look to put together a number of passes here. This is looking good for them. This is Mars in towards the D-Day of the 18-yard box and taken away rather easily as the BDF look to press and probe now. Leacock in possession. Always has plenty of time and space. He's always observing where the openings are and he moves from the congested area there into an open space and then utilizes the left back there to continue to keep the tempo of the game always moving, not allowing Dames to get hold of the ball or be in a position to take control of it. Ball to a good little passage of play here from the Dames, searching down the left hand side this time. Into the final third, Hawksworth. He looks for some options there. It's through a space, but the attacker there not really moving off his opponent fast enough. Here comes Raheem Sargent. Delivers it right side to Shane Lord. Already has one for the evening. It's a far post ball, headed away. Not very convincing though. In towards Antonia Arthur. Out comes Azarul Crony. Making some headway. Superb ball. This time finding Zico Edway peeling away from his marker. We'll go one-on-one in towards the 6-yard box. The shot coming in. And a good save from Primus as Edmay gets involved this evening after 25 minutes, Keith. But Primus equal to the task.
A sublime pass from Crooney. He set Edmay free. Edmay hesitated momentarily, and I thought the chance had gone when he drifted to his left. And even though the shot was on target, it was easy pickings for Primus. One of the things that Notre Dame can do very well is when they get the ball in the midfield to either Crooney or Hotsworth, they're capable of playing that splitting pass, playing the ball through the eye of a needle. But they need defense if they're going to maintain a scoreline that will be respectable, because it is that area where they are lacking in strength in numbers. The veteran Paris reading the game good, but does he have all the legs to go 90 minutes? I'm not sure. I don't see Dwayne Mars on the field tonight. He has been a force for the Dames and a very good runner up front. Here we go with Hawksworth again. Can they hold on without conceding another goal? No, Hawksworth can't get there. Too much pace on it in the end. But I would have a chat with him about that. He's shown a lot of speed tonight, Trevor. I don't know if he can make it to halftime or past halftime the way he has to work at the moment, because he's back and forth and, as usual, giving his instructions.
So there's Crony. A couple of fakes there. Ball down the line. That's his head made with his shot, and Primus again at near post, able to block it with the left foot. And the score remains BDS Sports Program 3, Clayton Scholatonic Notre Dame 0.
But to be honest, Trevor, despite they're down 3-0, that would have been about the third chance they had of getting a goal. The rain is now with us. I can see the umbrellas out on the far side. And Notre Dame maybe need that little respite of rain to help them make some impact, pull a goal back and deny the BDS Sports Program. BDS Sports Program rampant from the very beginning and continue to dominate the game, leading on the night by 3-0.
And with it, the easterly breezes has brought the first real shower for this Sunday evening. You know, we're blessed with at least one shower per Sunday night.
Showers are blessing.
This one took a little bit of time to get here, but now that it's here, we're saying our prayers that it doesn't tumble down and allow for having to move the equipment. 28 on the clock. The BDS Sports Program continue to control this game, although the Dames have been in control of the ball in some small patches, haven't been able to make any real headway into the BDF goal area. That's a shot coming in, and this time an easy take for goalkeeper Tariq Chase. 28 minutes on the clock. Here comes Ronaldo Trim. We'll play a short one. Here, shouts of overload for the BDS Sports Program. Lee Cott looking to keep that one out. That's a far post ball in towards Crony. Good control as he surveys the field and turns 180. We'll look to deliver a pass over to the left-hand side in towards Ed May. And Crony always available again. Steps forward, plays the delightful ball with the left foot, but cut out at the back from the BDF captain this evening, Raheem Sargent. And the score remains 3-0 to BDS Sports Program over Notre Dame.
Well, that is so true. But Crony always seemed capable of playing that splitting pass. And if the Dames could get a little more of the ball to him, maybe they can pull a goal back. The win is with us at the moment. BDF Sports Program leading by 3-0 as we roll inside the 30th minute of this final game.
A quick corner kick taken. I think it was offside on 29.5 minutes. And the BDF will look to take it quickly, but I think they'll have to go back a few yards. As the restart is taken, here's Primus in possession. Hasn't had anything to do at all this evening, Keith, really, because the Dames' front line is fairly tame. Hasn't really had a chance to stroke the ball at Primus, and therefore he's had nothing to do after 30 minutes. That's a leading ball. The BDS Sports Program man on that occasion running into an offside position, and Dames coming out of their defense now after 30 minutes.
Well, the Dames will need to maintain ball possession, move the ball around a little quicker, try to hit Edmay at point, get support coming from the midfield, and probably try to test Primus, because at the moment it is much too easy for the BDF Sports Program. No problems at all. 3-0 up, cruising, and looking to make it 4-0 shortly. Here they go down the right side again. A little too much space on that one. No, it stays in.
So Leacock wins possession and then floats one to the right hand side. Always available, Hawksworth. He goes further right. Good defensive work from the BDF coming out of their defense. Into the middle of the midfield. There's the bisecting ball from Sargent. Finds Arthur with a cheeky little pass over to Omani Leacock.
He loves to lock and turn.
Yeah, twisting and turning, locking left and right there, looking for spaces. This is the Shane Lord in possession. He's going to run out of real estate. Yes, he does.
Good cover challenge from the veteran Nobby Paris. He came across, denied space and room, and in the end, the ball running into touch. But you have always spoken highly of Leacock. He seems to love to lock and turn, Trevor, and he was in his glory moments to go. Why can't he pull a shot when he is in that mood? He tends to hang on to the ball, in my opinion, just much too long. Good cover challenge from Notre Dame when they look destined to go 4 behind. So just your comments on Leacock. Very good dribbler, but at times he needs to shoot.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to realize that after he's left his man for dead, then the space is obviously going to be open, and why not let your first option be, can I shoot, rather than can I lock again? I think that's what's going on inside of his head. He's programmed himself that way, that he needs to go one way and then go another way. But as you said, from the time you lock and come back on the opposite side, the shot is there.
He needs to shoot. He has all of the natural ability to take defenders on and go around them and go past them. But even when all of that looks pretty, at the end of it, you need a shot and try to get a goal. So maybe with continuous good coaching, he will improve on that. But he is an eyeful to look at.
So Dames coming out of their defense. Again, they miscontrol. Unforced error, and the BDF living off of those unforced errors to win back the ball. They're not necessarily tackling to win it back, but it's just that Dames can't make up their minds what they want to do when the ball comes into their zone, and by the time they make their mind up, they've given the ball away. Here's Leacock playing centrally this evening for Dames. Normally a relatively good left back, but asked to do duties in the center of the field, since the Dames' weak area is definitely the back four. It's very soft indeed, and giving up lots of goals, especially when they come up against the BDS Sports program.
Well, Kyle Gibson, to the best of my knowledge, you would have to let me know if I'm totally correct. In his earlier seasons was a prolific goal scorer, but now he's playing in the defense, and he would need some more help. I believe the main man who plays in defense very well for Notre Dame is missing, Chad Bino. So Kyle Gibson, like I said, would need one or two other solid defensive players around him to make it work for Notre Dame.
As you said, the season soon coming to a close. They're not in danger of relegation of any type, so I think it'd be advisable for them to go shopping for 2, maybe 3 well-known.
So is Shad Bina out with injury, or you're not sure?
Not exactly sure about that one, but he's certainly not.
Look at the veteran Paris here working it out of the back. Very, very determined. He was never an easy player to break down. He may not have the pace now, but he still have the brain, and he won a free kick for his team.
Yeah, but he plays it again, surely will trouble the veteran players in John Hawksworth and of course John Paris. And if the BDF have their thinking caps on, they will perhaps want to target those 2 areas and get the ball moving quickly in those same areas. And as you know, as you hit the 30s, 35, 36, 37, you lose the pace of your game. And therefore, why not exploit it with players that are much quicker and perhaps much younger, maybe even more skillful. And so far, we've seen that from the BDS Sports program. That's perhaps why they are 3 up. They've been able to move the ball much quicker in the final third, where the Dames are much slower and therefore unable to react. And before you know it, the ball is in the back of the net 3 times.
Well, that is so true. They are comfortable, 3-0 up, 8 minutes remain on the clock before the end of half time. Cooney would have to pull more than magic in the midfield, and Notre Dame will need to make 1 or 2 substitutions at half time to save the legs of the veterans. So it is going to come down to tactical organization. That's a lovely ball down the right. Let's see how if Notre Dame can get it right, if they have any Claytons in the tank.
It doesn't appear that way, because that one goes harmlessly over the touchline, and the BDF respond with a throw-in.
Notre Dame are in what position at the moment, Trev?
The Dames are, as I said, they're not in any danger of relegation. They're actually 3rd in zone number 1 with 24 points. The leaders, Wales, on 32. UWA Blackbirds, 27 in 2nd place. And the Dames on 24 points after 18 games.
Well, they would have to start doing some scouting for the next season. If they're not in any relegation problems, that they definitely need to improve defensively. They also need to strengthen the goalkeeping area. Tariq Chase has a future, but he will need also an experienced goalkeeper to work with to help him to improve his game. At the moment, very poor pass from Hotsworth. 37.5 minutes gone. BDS Sports Program cruising 3-0 at the moment. But remember last week, Notre Dame surprised all of us, coming from 3-0 down to beat Paradise by 4-3.
Oh, we'll need all of that here this evening as well, Keith, and more.
And more than that.
Because it's not the same opposition, and therefore BDS Sports Program will more likely than not try to keep it very tight. Here's Crony with a chance at near post. Second bite at the cherry, and it's into the nets as well. There's Zico Edme to polish off a move instrumentally made by Azaro Crony there, Keith. And with minutes on the clock before the halftime whistle, the Dames have launched their comeback on the BDF. It's BDS Sports Program 3, Clayton Scolatonic Notre Dame 1.
Well, Edme in the right place at the right time after Cooney had done all of the hard work. He kept it alive despite premise saving early. And Notre Dame will need to do more of this, maintain a tougher defense, and hopefully they're making a substitution. They'll have to pick it up as quickly as possible. I'm not sure. In fact, it looks like they're making 2 substitutions, but we'll have that all sorted out momentarily. But a good finishing from Edme right in front of the empty nets. Because the goal was wide open. Crooney doing all the hard work. Clayton Scolatonic Notre Dame 1. BDS Sports Program 3.
Well, the front line looked a bit blunt because we weren't seeing Dwayne Morris. Seems to be scratched at this point in time. Zico Edme is always a reliable goal scorer. And of course, Deshaun Howell, absent from the starting 11, but has now made his way onto the field of play. Howell, alias Eto, a couple of goals for the season, and he surely will make a lot of difference here now, because he can combine with Zico Edme, and the 2 national senior men's selectees can maybe get something out of this game. 3-1 at this point in time after 40 minutes. A goal scored by Zico Edme brings Dames back into it, their first of the evening, after goals from Tashane Lord, Rashid Smith and Omari Leacock on 4, 12 and 18 minutes put the BDS Sports Program ahead. But at this point in time, after 41 minutes, it's BDS Sports Program 3, Clayton Scolatonic Notre Dame 1.
Well, you can't afford to write off the Dames saying what they did last week. And they've put a goal back before halftime here. They're hoping to get goal number 2. A lot of the ball has to go through Clooney. He makes some good passes. That's a good run. Good cover challenge though from the Defense Force Sports program. 3-1 on the night. 41 minutes gone.
So the BDF having to think about it a bit, Keith. They thought they had it all their own way. Here's Smith on his own down the left-hand side. He's one-on-one with Kyle Gibson. Lays it back for Ronaldo Trim to Fate Wants and deploy the right foot shot. Hits the post. The left post comes back to Arthur, who proceeds to cross it. Good goalkeeping again. He's growing in confidence, Keith, growing in stature, as Dames have been able to pull back one. Keeper chase, showing that he's capable of keeping his cool inside the 18-yard box after 41.5 minutes.
Well, that's good football from BDS Sports program. They went down the right, cut it across the area, and Chase, despite his inexperience, he caught that one very well, and we're happy for him. Here we go with Notre Dame. Could be in for another goal before halftime.
So prodded towards the near post. There's looks a bit like Howell there trying to get his head onto that one, but no success in getting it on target either on 42 minutes.
Well, that was good play from Notre Dame. They went down the right, played a cutting edge ball down the right side. The cross though, not with a lot of pressure on it or power, and in the end Primus just watched it calmly go by his right. But Notre Dame in the last few minutes seemingly finding a second breath, having scored that goal through Edmure, will be hoping not to concede before halftime and probably pull a goal back, make it 3-2, and give us an interesting and intriguing second half.
Edmure's 9th goal of the season. 43 minutes on the clock. He scored goals against the likes of Britain's Hill, Barbados Soccer Academy, Youth Milan, Pori Spring, UWI Blackbirds, and in the cross zone, round 17 match against Milan, Edmure got a brace of goals as well. So he's back to his old self, having had a really hard start in the beginning of the season. No real goals until about October 28th or thereabouts. And tonight he's made his presence felt, and he's brought games within 2 goals of a draw and 3 goals of a victory this evening. That's Zico Edmure scoring on about 40 minutes there to make it 3-1.
Trevor, in the earlier times, Kyle Gibson was a prolific goal scorer. Any specific reason why he have decided to play in defense, or is it because the Dames are lacking quality defenders and he felt that maybe, or the technical staff believe he served them better playing defensively?
Well, it's been about 4 or 5 games we've seen him languishing in defense for Dames, and I would suspect that's a call that's been made by head coach Ricardo Best and of course David Ward, as they're working together for the Dames. It's their very first season working together in a senior Premier League tournament like this one, and I would suspect that that's their decision to make, that Carl Gibson play rather deep and give up his goal scoring prowess for some defensive tactics. The stats, however, will show that the Dames have at this point in time, having played the 18 matches before tonight's match, won 7, drew 3, lost 8 games, goals for 37, goals against 61. So not doing too well in the defensive area of the field. So I suspect that they're looking for able-bodied men to prop up the 4-man defense, and he's been chosen as one of these guys to play a defensive midfield role. Not sure if it's working out that well so far, but at this point in time, they're certainly still in with a shout now because the score is 3-1 and not 3-0. And I presume that if they go to the half and they can get the additional goal here, then they'll really think that psychologically they can get over the BDF. That's a left footer. It falls to a BDF man who shoots and then drags it horribly wide. And that is Omani Leacock, Keith, looking to get his brace of goals for the evening. Shirt above his head now, looking to wipe his brow. Working very hard indeed, having been welcomed back into the BDF Sports Program's squad this evening after suspension continues to lead his team via the midfield route and has got 1 for the evening. Omani Leacock. The score remains BDF Sports Program 3, Clayton's Colatonic, Notre Dame 1.
Well, from a tactical perspective, what I probably would advise the Notre Dame team to do is keep it tight, try to go in at halftime just 3-1 down, and hopefully when they're going to use their Clayton's tonic, also get some purity wonder stuff, just like the youngsters in BSAC and NAPSAP did, helping them to win trophies and to run very fast. Notre Dame will need to run faster, and maybe by using the Wonder Loaves, they can do just that. They're trying for goal number 2. Notre Dame 1, looking to get goal number 2 just over the crossbar.
Not to be on this occasion. All those Masters teams looking to get involved in the Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic. Yes, the BIMFC tournament at Whitsun weekend will be contacting you this week coming, all of this week. Those teams will get the call. That's a ball across the box, and from there we'll direct you to the website, at which case then you'll be able to log on and register your teams. That, I believe, is the halftime whistle. We say good night to my sponsors, Result Auto Shop, for all your automobile accessories, with locations at White Park Road 429-4890 and Market Hill, St. George 228-2728. Results Auto Shop, celebrating their 20th anniversary with attractive prices at both stores. Give them a call. We're just about ready for the halftime break here at Wildy. The current score then being the BDS Sports Program 3, Clayton's Colatonic, Notre Dame 1. Can guaranteed that if you stay locked and loaded, and with the support of the Barbados Football Association and the Trident 10 crew here at Wildy, as we head to the halftime break, lots more action in the second half. You're watching and viewing the Barbados Football Association's Premier League on Trident 10. Much more after the break. Yes, sir. Football.
When we are some Johnny Walker, drinking some fire water. When we are some Johnny Walker, drinking some fire water. With a bunch in 30, when we are some Johnny Walker. Pick up our drinkers in at this place right now. I got all of the yellow wine while I'm drinking some fire water. Energy got me feeling so high.
Barbados Steel Works, we're more than just steel. Foundation to roof and everything in between. Building or renovating, there is simply no debating. We supply all your construction needs. Visit our store today for a deal. Barbados Steel Works, a name you can trust. Quality material depend on us. Barbados Steel Works, we're more than just steel. Foundation to roof and everything in between. Come to Barbados Steel Works.
We are jump-starting summer with the annual Barbados Reggae Festival, April 27th to 30th. 3 massive shows. Buju Banton, The Long Walk to Freedom Tour, April 27th. Buju Banton. Wayne Wonder, Buggy Nikente, and Sprague Benz. The Magnum Explosion Reggae Beach Party, April 28th. Busy Signal. Sizzla. And more. The Vintage Reggae Show and Dance, April 30th. Admiral Tibbet. Splash Band, George Nooks, Mikey Spice, Judy Boucher, DJ Lil Rick, and Barrington Levy.
and
The Barbados Reggae Festival, April 27th to 30th. A Fast 7-star production.
The fool has never been told.
Pardon? Oh, yeah, tomorrow, yeah, for sure. Yeah, yeah. Luckily, I don't pay a bus fare.
Yes, and welcome back to the viewing public here on Trident 10. Of course, we're seeing Lesron De Freitas in the house, a former national as well. Good evening to you, sir, wherever you may be at. And Mr. Melvin Ibo Oxley, as well as Jeffrey Body Marshall. Yes, they're all locked and loaded. Omar and the crew on the Trident 10 feed here. Almost ready for the second half. The teams are here. The referee, Mr. Adrian Goddard, is almost set and ready to roll here at Wildy. And in a couple of seconds' time, as we remind you of this score, it is the BDS Sports Program 3, Clayton Scholatonic Notre Dame 1. The BDS Sports Program in the all-over green suit this evening. They're going from right to left. And the Clayton Scholatonic Notre Dame blue jersey, blue shorts, blue socks, and they'll be kicking from left to right. As soon as referee Goddard is ready, we'll be rolling for the second half. Yours truly, Trevor Thorne from Commentator Sports Incorporated, alongside me, Mr. Keith Grell Griffith. You'll be hearing from him very shortly. But at present, Notre Dame, who are third in zone number 1, up against the leading team in zone number 2, the BDS Sports Program, ready to battle here in the second half. Clocks have been reset, and we're all set to get right into the action here this evening. Dame's known for coming back, Keith, but the question is, can they come back? It is similar score. It's 3-1 at this point in time. When they were up against Paradise, they were able to put their foot on the gas and come up with the result, 4-3 last Sunday. They'll need a similar effort from perhaps a similar set of players in this second half to get the required result. Can they get it? As you say, good evening to Keith.
Yes, Trevor, they're capable of doing it. Unfortunately for them, they're up against a team who is very fit, very strong, and very fast, and also quite capable of scoring another goal or two. So if Notre Dame are going to come back in this game, they would have to get a second goal as quickly as possible, bring the BDF under a little pressure, and make sure that they hold tight at the back. I can't remember seeing any substitutions. Good move by Notre Dame. This could be goal number 2. Hesitation again. Those are the chances they need to take early, because when Edmure got that ball, I thought he would have controlled and taken an early shot, but that was a positive start. BDF now on their prowl once again.
Ball inside, finds Raheem Sargent.
That's a good save.
Is he fouled in the process? No, he isn't.
And is the goalkeeper changed, Trevor?
Well, we're having a look to see.
I'm certain the goalkeeper's changed, unless he just changed his shirt. Because he had on all black. The keeper didn't go.
This looks like Aaron Leacock, who was previously wearing the number 8 for Dames, is taking up the goalkeeping duties. We're in 0-0 at this point in time. So that's the change that we're seeing from the Dames at this point in time. We'll have a look and see if there's been a change on the, apart from just Leacock making his way into the bar, maybe there's a change on the field as well. So we'll pick that up in a couple of seconds. Just about 2.5, almost 3 minutes, heading towards the 3rd minute on the clock. There's a little cheeky move from goalkeeper Primus, and the BDF coming out of their defense on the left-hand side of the field. That's Sargent tickling that ball through a space. No Daniel Rowe this evening for the Clayton Scholatonic Notre Dame. Also no Janico Baptiste, no Chad Bino. A number of men missing. Dwayne Mars is also absent as well, and therefore they're definitely not at full strength. The BDF themselves are not at full strength either. They are obviously missing a couple of people as well, and those 2 men that are missing are Rashad Jules and Shane Codrington, last seen on a flight to Finland for some football trials along with Akil Applewhite and Jomo Harris of the Paradise FC team as well. 48 on the clock. Here's Hawksworth looking to go past the BDF man there at left back, Keith, in Rashawn Kelman. Kelman says, not tonight, veteran or master, and steals the ball away. Dames in possession down there, left-hand side. This is a good, cheeky little run here now. We'll look to ease it past two men. Succeeds in getting the throw-in for the Dames as they look to come forward now. That's the ball through the eye of a needle in towards the man that was playing in defense, Keith. Kyle Gibson has left his defensive spot and is making his way up the field for the Clayton Scolatonic Notre Dame, and they're looking to get joy from him. Out comes goalkeeper Leacock. We'll usher that one over the touchline. 49 on the clock. Dames 1, BDS Sports Program 3.
The one thing I've noticed very early in the second half, that Notre Dame are playing at a quicker tempo than they did in the first half, and they're looking to get that second goal. But can they get it? I'm not sure. And the question is, will they concede another goal before they can get goal number 2? Because to be 4-1 down against BDF, I will think it's all over. But let's give them credit. They came out in the second half looking positive from the very beginning. They've now gotten a yellow card, maybe hot swerve. But surely, Trevor, change of tactics one moment, change of goalkeeper. So let us see what else the Notre Dame team can change. Maybe the goal scoring.
We'll need a mammoth effort because this BDS Sports Program team last won back-to-back league titles in 2013, 2014, and the league and FA Cup in 2015. The Dames, Clayton Scolatonic Notre Dame, were last crowned league and knockout champions 9 or so years ago, Keith, back in 2010. At this
That's
point,
the last time Notre Dame won a tournament?
That's right.
2010.
Yeah, Dames have at this point played 18 games, won 7, drawn 3, lost 8 matches, goals for 37, goals against 60, in fact 61 at this point in time, 24 points for the season. Since the turn of the new year, they have 6 victories, 1 draw and 5 losses, and will therefore start as firm underdogs here this evening. For me, they need another inspired performance, somewhat like the comeback, that 4-3 comeback victory over Paradise a week ago. The Soldiers, as you know, Keith, they hail from the Garrison, this area. This ball into the box. Chance here at far post and finished. And you can hear it from the crowd. No real celebration, but an absolute brilliant finish on 51 minutes. The BDF of 4. It's BDF 4, Notre Dame 1. And is it good night nurse yet, Keith, or is still something in it for the Dames?
Well, for sure, that's the end of it as far as the comeback is concerned, because that was brilliant finishing again from BDF Sports Program. And the Notre Dame team really would need to sit down. I think they're still in the Knockout Cup, and find a way to strengthen the defense. Yes, Paris can play, but he has to have young legs around him who are going to help in the middle of the defense, because that was one straight through ball right down the middle. The defense wide open, goalkeeper no chance. BDS Sports Program 4, Notre Dame 1. I can almost say that they're almost dead, buried, not gone as yet, Trevor. Can't see them coming back as they did last week.
Yeah, it's a different proposition, isn't it? It's a different type of team that you're playing against. It's one that has legs to continue running for all 90 minutes. This is the right foot shot coming in from Sargent, but this time Aaron Leacock equal to the shot and able to go across to his left and pluck that one out of the air. Crony in possession, looks to go past Sargent, does so very successfully as they go down the left hand side, all back to Crony, who's pulled the strings all evening long for the Dames, but he'll need to create some chances a little further up the field. Ball squared across the penalty box.
That's a corner.
And a corner kick then to the Dames. Looking a little bit better here now, Keith, after 52.5.
Well, that is what Notre Dame are capable of. Once they approach the offensive third and the attacking third, they know exactly what to do. But defensively is where the problems lie, and surely they would have to work at that in the coming weeks if they want to maintain premiership status and also do well in the Knockout Cup. Here we go again. So easy it is. They're up against Paris. This young guy is going to take Paris down the line, cut inside. They have no defense to help Paris. He has to work extra hard. He's given up his best, but it is not easy. Definitely not easy.
So Leacock, tricky as ever. The little toe put forward to Sargent, who tries one. And there's John Nobby Paris, the former Barbados captain, keeps sticking out the right foot and letting that one ricochet over the goal line for another BDS Sports Program menacing corner kick.
Well, Sargent have had a very good game. He has dictated the midfield with the absence of Jules, and he has been the one to give the BDF Sports Program lots of impetus and lots of running and good passing. They're in control, and I believe they will continue to stay in control. There's Sargent again, just wide.
Yeah, just right up the mark there. He's testing and taunting the
He's having
keeper.
a good time.
Yeah, he's having a brilliant time. He has the captain's armband as well, so he has the extra responsibility to lead this team to victory. And then, as I guess he gets onto the social media later on this evening, you'll be able to tell the likes of Rashad Jules and Shane Codrington, victory, sir, all the way from Finland.
Well, again, let us wish them well in Finland and hope that they will do themselves and Barbados proud and at least get a couple of contracts. That would be very good for local football. So from our end, let's wish them well. Here, BDS Sports Program in total control, leading by 4-1, as Notre Dame struggle on another Sunday night to get it right. They are a good team on any night, but they're also very vulnerable on other nights. Here we go with Cooney again.
So he's busy as a bee. Took his eye off that one and gave away the ball to the Peter Pan man, Keith. The man that with all the tricks up his sleeve and out of the top drawer. That would be to Shane Lord. He's the dribbling. He's the man that will take the attention away from the Dame's defense and then play that deceptive ball to allow for one of his teammates to come into it. The other man is Azarel Crony for the Notre Dame team. He's going to need to do a whole lot more to create some more chances for the Dames if they're going to get out of this spot of bother that they're in right now. Ball all the way back and floated for our side. Defensive header, 56 on the clock. Sargent trying to find Leacock, unsuccessful. Fights back for it, but illegally with 56.5 on the clock. Adrian Goddard goes over and points towards giving a free kick then to the BDS Sports Program for some tugging of the shirt there on 56.5 minutes.
One of the BDF players have gone down on the right-hand side. Not sure had a chance to make it too. That was Kyle.
That's Gibson.
Kyle Gibson coming in as an attacking player then. That would have been a good goal because he came all the way out of defense. He made a positive run, but he just could not direct his shot on target. Notre Dame looking to get goal number 2.
So with the score at 4-1 in the favor of the BDS Sports Program. Certainly looking not so easy for the Dames. As I was saying before, the soldiers, yeah, they hail from for those folks who are overseas, the BDS Sports Program gents hail from their bases at the Garrison, St. Michael and Paragon, Christchurch. 2 basic barracks that they can occupy and do all the necessary training and so on, as well as have easy access to this Barbados Football Association turf here at Wildy as well, and they're involved in lots of gym sessions and as well as have the uses of this surface during the week.
Is there any midweek matches coming up, Trev?
As far as I can recall, no, I'll confirm that for you very shortly.
Good reading of the game by Paris again. Good interception.
Is Crony into Edmay. We'll look back for Crony, I believe, if he can find him. He's generally always available. Ball into Crony. Good touch this time to Gibson. Gibson pokes it forward, but gives it away to Trim and then fouls him in the process.
Gibson seems to be extremely fit, Trevor.
There's a substitution.
He's up and down out of the defense, into midfield, up in the forward line, full of life and full of running. That's Kyle Gibson.
So Edmay is about to make his way off. I believe the number 21 for the Notre Dame
probably
team
carrying an injury.
will make his way on. 21 Marcos St. Hill making a late appearance here for Zico Edmay on 59 minutes.
I've been hearing that Edmay may be going to Wales next season. So we'll have to wait and see. Comes out of a family pedigree, one of the best defenders Barbados have ever produced, Mike Edmay. I think that's his uncle. So that name, Edmay, is a special name in football circles in Barbados. Blessings and good night to you, Mike Edmay. Also to Adrian Hall, who I spoke with earlier during the week in the chat. And at the moment, Notre Dame needing someone to bring some inspiration to get them back into this game. Maybe a Llewellyn Riley or Ryan Lucas, prolific goal scorers, or a good friend of ours, a magician from the midfield, Seaport Prescott, or his brother Piano Prescott. So Notre Dame needing some invention from somewhere to help them get back into this game. They're down by 4-1. Here we go. This could be goal number 2. Good chance to get it. Should have been 2, Trevor. But give the national goalkeeper Primus some good kudos there. He came off the line, made himself massive, and denied Notre Dame a second goal. 60 minutes gone. Notre Dame 1, BDF Sports Program 4.
Lakeem Rouse, the player wearing 17 for the Dames team, who just had that chance to hit past Kishma Primus. Couldn't get it done. And therefore, the score remains 4-1. And I mean, the BDF Sports Program, they're blessed with the skill and the confidence and precision of passes. It's going to be very difficult for Dames to fight their way back now. It's a very powerful sports program unit. It's not at its full strength because, as I said before, they're missing the Barbados Senior Men's captain, Rashad Jules, as well as the BDF captain, Shane Codrington, who are off on football trial as well. But even with the replacements, the coaching staff of Ricardo Best and David Ward will need to get some additional tactics right here if they're going to get back into this one. 61 on the clock. Has been done before by the same Dames, but the thing is, can they get it done now?
Against a different team, like you said earlier, scoring goals on BDS Sports Program never easy, and when you're down 4-1, it becomes more difficult.
That's the mismatch there, Keith.
Yes, well, let me see what
Steams past Paris, cuts to the box. Second bite at the cherry, but they had a good clearance then in towards Ronaldo Trim. Leaves his man for dead, cuts back to the midfield, and the chance is gone. Good defensive work from Dames there. Hawksworth trying to get involved. Ball falls to Gibson. Plays the leading ball. Hawksworth can't go after it. And of course, I believe he might have run into an offside position at the same time as well. 62 on the clock, and the score remains BDS Sports Program 4, Clayton's Colatonic Notre Dame 1.
What was interesting is when the ball was played forward by BDF, Paris found himself in one-on-one with a young player, but what he did was very intelligent. He pushed him away from the goal, literally speaking, using all of his knowledge, and in the end, he could not get a shot on target. So good defensive cover from Paris. Then at the other end, Hawksworth couldn't keep up the pace, but here he is with a good free kick. He's a specialist at free kicks, and Kyle Gibson trying to get Notre Dame back on the score sheet again.
He certainly is trying very hard to get something out of this game. But as I said, it won't be that easy. The Dames would have been double crown champions, both the league and the Knockout Cup, as recent as 1997, 2004, 2008, and 2010. 4 double crown champions for them at that point in time.
In 2004, what did they win?
2004 were the league and the knockout.
And in 2002?
2002 only the league.
Yes, I'm quite familiar with that. 2002.
The BDF Sports Program, they were double crown champions in 2015, and they've won the league 5 times as well: 1995, 2007, 2013, 14, and 15. The FA Cup, 1994, 2012, and 2015. There's something called the Barbados Super 8 Cup. They also took that one at a canter in 2008 as well. So both teams know about winning trophies. Most recently has been the BDF with a 3-peat between the years 2015, 16, and 17. And the Wales have been, in fact, the Dames have been starved of titles for quite some time. That's a solid tackle, and
That's
it is
penalty.
a penalty as well.
That's a penalty.
Giving it away are the Dames, and the BDF will surely put them to the sword here. The man with the ball in hand is a marksman, and
We
he's
like to
known
see
as
that on the play back there, because
Omani Leacock.
that to me was a clumsy challenge there. I don't think that was necessary anyhow, because 4-1 down, you have to come across and cover. But once you lunge like that and you make contact with the player, that is going to be a penalty. So this could be 5-1 in a moment. We wait to see.
So it is Leacock. Already has one for the evening. Steps up and finishes into the far right-hand corner there on 65 minutes. Retrieves the ball as well. And the score moves to BDS Sports Program 5. Clayton's Colatonic Notre Dame 1. Courtesy of Omani Leacock. 65th minute special. He moves to 9 for the season, having scored on 18 minutes already. He's now hit the back of the nets on 65 minutes as well. Has a brace of goals and automatically puts his nose in front for a man of the match performance. The likes of Tashane Lord, with endless running down the left and right, also has a goal for the evening as well. He got the second one he got the second goal of the evening, and you would think then, in fact, he could score the first goal of the evening, and he too was in contention for a man of the match performance as well.
But that penalty was confidently taken, no problems whatsoever. He hit it down into the side netting, and when you strike your penalties like that, you're certain to score. Well taken penalty. BDS Sports Program looking for goal number 6. No way Notre Dame coming back tonight, Trav. No way.
You would think that you would want them to maintain their composure though, and perhaps not allow the score to move from 5 goals to 1, and if anything at all, maybe try to get maybe a goal or 2 of their own to make the score more respectable. But at this point in time, you would think that the tactics at this would be damage limitation, Keith, rather than maybe even trying to just say we would want to try to make this a draw game. You want damage limitation first, and if you get a breakaway or 2, maybe stick the ball into the back of the net and get a more respectable score, leaving the Wildy turf this evening.
How many goals have Notre Dame conceded for the season?
The Dames, let's get that for you. Stats are almost everything. That's 5 for the evening so far. So goals against would be 62 at this point in time. 62 goals against for the Dames, having scored 37 at this point in time. After this one would have been this is the 19th game of this season.
Well, with 4 matches remaining, they need to sit down and look at that. How can we find a way to not concede so many goals? Because to play well one night, defeat Wales, defeat Paradise, and then come the other nights and give away so many goals. You have to understand that football is about scoring goals, yes, but if you're going to be a good team, you must be able to defend properly. So that is one of my advice to the technical staff. Work on their defensive qualities and find a way without conceding such early goals, because then you're always going to be under pressure, and every night you can't come back for sure.
As we follow the chat here, Keith, on Trident 10's live coverage on YouTube, seeing Lesron De Freitas, a former Barbados striker. I believe he used to play for Paradise as well. He says hi to the commentators, both Trevor Thorne and Keith Griffith. De Freitas, an excellent player though, Keith, in his day. Lesron De Freitas, you remember him?
Of course, excellent touch and guile midfield player. And also his brother Elvis De Freitas, who was also very, 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 very solid midfield player. Blessings to each and every one. Enough respect. I must say though that Clayton Scolaton and Notre Dame have done reasonably well to maintain third spot in their group. But saying that they're so very close to the wonderful Purity people, maybe they can take a little jog over, ask the personnel at Purity to give them some fiber loaf, cassava loaves, sandwich loaves, and salt bread, along with the Clayton Scholar tonic, help them to run and jump faster and score some goals without conceding. So on the night, BDS Sports Program looking to get goal number 6. Here we go. That is dribbling at his best, but he hangs on us too long, and he's been crowded out. You saw the veteran coming over and intimidated him a little bit. But surely, Trevor, he is a good dribbler, but sometimes he hangs on to the ball much too long.
That's my Peter Pan, Keith, of the BDF team. To Shane Lord is his name. I believe he was a former Britain's Hill man at one stage in his younger years. Chose to go to the BDS Sports program and hasn't looked back really. Excellent player, and of course very reliable for the Asquith Howell Hamlet led BDS Sports program team. The Dames, why they're in this position, Keith, where as you said, they can't be relegated. They had a very good February, you see. Victories against RBC Capital Markets Barbados Soccer Academy, 6-2. They also ran out 3-1 winners over Marks Auto Spares Pori Spring. The 2-1 victory over Wales, the defending champions, in late February. 3-6, 9 points there, Keith. So they went on a nice winning streak, followed by the 1-1 draw against neighbours Britain's Hill United FC. They only lost to the UWA Blackbirds 9-0. That stopped them in their tracks, and then they bounced back with that 5-1 over Youth Milan. So February and early March were pretty good. It was pretty good hunting ground for the Clayton Scolatonic Notre Dame, and that allowed them to climb up the table and therefore jump, get away from the relegation zone and stand. They're pretty decent now with 24 points. Very close to UWA Blackbirds, who only have 27, and therefore there's no way they can be drawn into the relegation zone with the likes of Britain's Hill only on 15, Pori Spring with 15, and the Barbados Soccer Academy with 9. So they'll look to rebuild for the coming season, which should probably start in probably August or September of 2019, and we're advising them to go shopping for some good defenders to make sure the Dames can stand up to the pressures of a very fast-running and very fit BDS Sports Program team who would have spanked them 12-0 earlier. And, of course, the UWA Blackbirds really put them to the sword as well. I believe it was 9-1 most recently. So they wouldn't want that to happen to them in the 2019-2020 season. And the only way to stop that is to go shopping for some very good defenders.
And also an experienced goalkeeper to work with young Tariq Chase, who has ability, but he needs an experienced skipper that he can learn a little more from, and that will go a long way, because Paris and Hartsworth have given yeoman service, and I don't think that they will want to continue playing on Sunday nights like that. This could be goal number 6.
Oh, yes, it is.
What a goal.
Oh, he dances his way, Keith. Round between 3 or 4. Hat trick for Omani Leacock, I believe it is.
Number 9. Yes, that's Leacock.
Yes, it is. He has his hat trick. He's on 74 minutes. He tiptoed through the tulips there, Keith. Left Aaron Leacock on his backside and prodded it home. BDF Sports Program 6, Clayton's Colatonic, Notre Dame 1. This is turning into a spanking.
Well, I'll say it quietly and peacefully. On a night where BDF Sports Program are running away with delight, the Clayton, there's no tonic in the moment that can help them. So, BDF Sports Program 6, Clayton's Colatonic, Notre Dame 1, 74 minutes gone as we come down to the wire, and the Notre Dame team in all kind of bother. They would have to reel and come again, because tonight surely will not be their night.
So the BDF with a substitution there. I believe it is that Leacock going in the opposite direction for a jet wearing the number 32 as far as we can see from here. So the BDF making another change. Stephon Elliott making his way onto the field of play. I just want to be absolutely sure that Leacock is still there. So it's another player. We'll get that for you very shortly, but for sure the BDF not finished with Dames yet. 6-1 is the score. Ball across the far side. This one missing the far post by inches. And on 75 minutes, the 5-goal cushion belongs with the BDF Sports Program. They're leading 6-1 over Notre Dame.
Well, Notre Dame hoping that the whistle will probably come sooner than 90 minutes, because they have been outclassed, outplayed, and outscored. And despite they give it the best shot at times, BDF Sports Program has been too dominant and too good. Hartsworth with a leading ball down the right. Good cover challenge again from the BDF Sports Program. They're so well organized. They have improved their game throughout the season. And I believe they will go on to play in the playoffs for the championship. And whoever they play, Wales, UE, whoever, will have to work extremely hard and play extremely well to beat them if they maintain this form. Trevor, how many consecutive victories have they had? I know they drew last week, but before that, how many victories they had back-to-back?
That's the BDF Sports Program?
Yes, sir.
The BDF, you got to really go hop, skipping, and jumping all the way back, Keith. It's been a mammoth season for them. The victories, the consecutive run you're speaking about, they were beaten by the UWA Blackbirds back on January 13th, and since then, it's been the 3-0 spanking of RBC Capital Markets Barbados Soccer Academy. They edged the Brinsfield team 1-0. Then came the 12-0 victory over Clayton's Colatonic Notre Dame, followed by the 7-0 against Youth Milan FC, 5-1 over Paradise, as well as the 2-0 victory over my beloved Empire Club, the Mighty Blues. You say the team that never loses. They lost on that night though. Another victory, the 1-0 against Crane and Equipment Limited Ellerton, followed by the 10-0 over RBC Capital Markets Barbados Soccer Academy, and the 2-2 draw against the UWA Blackbirds. So let's count that for you, Keith. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's about 12 games, and they haven't looked back as yet without being
11 wins and 1
11 wins and 1 draw, Keith. So
they are in mercurial form.
Yeah, definitely so. Superb stuff from them as they continue to play their trade, both here and when they leave here at Paragon, as well as the Garrison Barracks as well, and of course in the gym where they're known to do those spin classes when we're off to work or we're laying down in our beds. The BDF are out there on the threadmill and on the spin class bicycles, Keith. Smashing stuff by them. 8:78 on the clock. 6-1 to BDF Sports Program over Clayton's Colatonic Notre Dame.
Well, we like to give the technical staff lots of kudos and also the rest of the staff that works with them, because I have noticed during those matches that you were speaking about the vast improvement on the way they pass the ball, the intricate way they play the corner kicks and free kicks, showing that they're professional outfit. So where it is good, we must credit them. And here we go with Cooney, looking to conjure up some magic, but in the end, ball always going wide. So yes, the sports program, 11 wins and 1 draw. That is outstanding football. How many goals have they scored, Trevor?
This BDF team never surprise you, Keith. There, as you said, when they put the foot on the gas, it's no stop and non-stop goal scoring. At present, we're talking about 62 goals for the season so far, and conceded just 15.
Wow, that is incredible. That is good football. They're not responsible for the opponent. They come here and they do exactly what they have to do, and they're making excellent progress. And obviously, they feel that they can win the cup this year, but we still have to wait and see, because the Blues are behind them in second place and hoping to catch them in the coming weeks. But let's give credit where credit is due. BDF Sports Program really playing well.
So Hotsworth in possession, looks to flick this one through that space, bisecting 2 defenders. BDF looking to tidy up, but rather untidy clearance there gives the possession away to Dames on the far left. The crowd took quite some time to get here, Keith, but for a Sunday night with plenty of activities, they've braved the showers, and they've joined us, as you can see on the far side there. Ball all the way back to goalkeeper Leacock, who controls with his foot and then delivers the pass. Dames going down the left. This is looking of nice and compact stuff from the Dames. Still no end product though, and the ball saved from going over the touchline. Here's Azarel Crony, 22-year-old. Gives it up to Rashid Williams, goal scorer of one of the goals this evening. Here's Lord. He'll look to go one-on-one with Gibson. Cuts past the second player as well. Uses Gibson as a decoy. Sliding tackle. Still in possession. Ronaldo Trim. Further wide. Trim with the 1-2. This looks rather promising for the BDF. Ball cut back. Edge of the 6-yard box. Penalty spot now. Right foot shot. The second bite at it over the crossbar from 6 yards. The score remains BDF Sports Program 6. Clayton's Colatonic Notre Dame 1.
Well, they even had a little bit of time there to do a little circus football. A lot of style and flair and finesse. Lacking a little bit of panache though, or that would have been 7-1. But surely they're cruising, they're happy, they're comfortable, they're the better team, and they have made it look so easy. Notre Dame, on the other hand, has given it their best shot, but surely not good enough on this occasion. 6-1 is the scoreline at the moment. 82 minutes gone, and I must say that Notre Dame will have to get some young players to come through the system in the coming weeks, so that next season they will be ready to match up with BDF and the other teams. They play well in passage, but what happened, they're lacking quality in some areas of the field. Paris have given it his best shot, and also Hotsworth. Kyle Gibson, I must compliment him from changing to a striker to play defense to help his team. But who will lead the charge inside the last 10 minutes to see if Notre Dame could get a second goal?
So Dame's battling for all the worth. That's a misguided pass. We say a pleasant good night to Dwayne and Francisco. Of course, Richard Reed is always in the house. He's in there again this evening as well in the chat. Lil Ras and Sebastian, all welcome to the live coverage here of the 2018-2019 Barbados Football Association Premier League, brought to you with the compliments of the Barbados Football Association. And at the controls, the Trident 10 production team. Jason, the producer this evening, Jason Eiffel, and of course his team of cameramen, sound technicians. Here's Leacock looking to squeeze it into the near post. The shot goes horribly wrong and ends up on the wrong side of the post, but I don't think he'll mind that. He has a hat-trick for the evening already, and having had a very good performance. It's his first match back from suspension, and having hit 3 goals on 18, 65 and 74, we would want to nominate Omani Leacock for a man of the match performance. So from our end here at Commentator Sports Incorporated, and I'm sure Keith is nodding his head as well for Omani Leacock, he can move on with the man of the match performance unless something drastically
well, never
changes.
can change it at the moment with 6 minutes remaining. Mr. Phillips, did you hear the news from the sideline? Leacock, with his hat-trick, the outstanding player from commentary by Griffith and Thorne. He has played extremely well, and he has scored a hat-trick. At the moment, though, this is John Hotsurf going down the right side. Ball runs into touch. Score line, Notre Dame 1. BDF Sports Program 6.
So with the Hawksworth having their say this evening, Keith, as far as Rajon Hawksworth is on the bench for Dames, I believe.
And he
on
has
the field of play?
on?
He's actually on the field of play. Okay, right. So that's the substitution. Yeah, that's the one that we might have missed at the time. But yeah, John is there as well. Okay, he actually is there. He's wearing the number. Yeah, he's wearing the number 10. Okay. Yeah. So coming in from the cold, I would think, of the USA, and continuing to play for the Dames. John Hawksworth, haven't seen the best of him at this point in time because they are under the caution. They've been under pressure from very early in the game. The Notre Dame posse here at Wildy, and they will need a lot better performances, Keith, especially in the defensive third of the field, where it all seems to be going wrong for the Dames. The midfield seems to be, working well with the likes of Azrael Croney, and of course John Hawksworth. Them two exchanging passes quite often, but is it the defense that's the worrying point for the Clayton's Colatonic Notre Dame?
Well, let us wish them well and hope that they can get that sorted out quickly. BDF Sports Program, very all-round, very strong, looking to win the championship in 2019. Wales, who are leading the other group and who will be returning home, I believe, tomorrow, or they return home earlier this evening, having reached the semifinals of the CFU Champions League. Trev, I think they have another match for the third and fourth place. No,
I was checking the sites there, and it doesn't look as though that particular match has been scheduled, and therefore, as you said, it should be on the next flight out, which possibly might have been today, or who knows, they may get lucky and be able to hang around for tomorrow's final.
Well, let's still give them credit for reaching the semi-final stage. They lost the first match, won the second, won the third, but then Robin Hood came out of the woods and knocked them straight out by 3-0. So Wales would have to try again, but it's good experience for the players, and hopefully whoever goes to represent Barbados in the next tournament will do just as good and even better in the future. At the moment, Defense Force Sports Program, they lead on the night, 6-1. We're inside the last 3 minutes.
Yeah, good night to you as well, St. Kitts, locked and loaded every Sunday, and following the feed on YouTube of Trident 10's coverage of the Barbados Football Association's 2018-2019 Premier League. And we at the commentary team here would like to say thank you as well to the folks in the chat, always giving good comments and helping us to improve the coverage here on Trident 10. Here's Azarel Crony, skips away from one, looks to play the low 1-2 there, far post ball. Why didn't he shoot? Not sure why he wouldn't have taken the shot there. Square ball into the box. A chance again for Crony, who lets it slip under his right boot, Keith, instead of pulling the trigger on 89 minutes. And the score remains BDF Sports Program 6, Clayton Scolatonic, Notre Dame 1.
When Crony learns to finish, I believe he will go on to be an outstanding player. He has all the lovely touches. The only quality he's lacking is to be able to finish a little more clinically. But like everyone else, it's a learning experience when you are 22, and hopefully he will go on to be a good national player because he has that ability to create openings, and he loves to use the ticky-tack pass. And I forecast that once he's given a chance to join the national squad training, he will go on to be a good player. That is one hot swerve to the other hot swerve, the senior to the junior.
So here we have it now. Dames in possession. They've lost it. And the ball all the way back to Primus, who will take his time about it. Plays that nonchalant pass straight through the middle there. And it's really almost a training ground session here for the BDF, Keith, who now will maintain possession of the ball until they run out of space on the field of play. Left hand side as Rashawn Kelman gets involved. Not being very busy this evening. Haven't had much trouble from the Dames as they look to retreat and defend, at least to stop the leakage of goals here. They've been 6 already for the evening, and if they can get out of here with just the 6, it would have improved by 50% as you compare the amount of goals that the BDS Sports Program would have scored against Dames just a couple of weeks ago in the cross-zone encounter. It was 12 goals to nil. At this point in time, it's 6-1. And if that is something that you could compare, Keith, that's a slight improvement on when they were destroyed by the men in green from Paragon, known as the BDS Sports Program.
And they have like 3 or 4 chances in this game to get goals on their own. And surely they would have taken a lesson from BDF. Tight at the back, sweet in the midfield, and totally clinical up in front. So it should be a learning process for the Dames again tonight. And who knows, Notre Dame will come back the next game and surprise everyone with a victory. But at the moment, they're deep in their own half with John Hotsworth, and the score remains with 3 minutes of time added on for stoppages. Clayton Scolatonic Notre Dame 1, BDS Sports Program 6. And I'm certain when they prepare their breakfast tomorrow at Paragon, they'll be rich in the substance of Purity Wonder Loaves, fiber, cassava, salt bread, etc., so that they will run faster, score more goals, rather, and eventually they will go on to challenge for the championship. 6-1, BDS Sports Program lead Notre Dame with the Clayton in hand as we come into the closing stages of the final game.
I certainly hope so. Next weekend, need to just have confirmation on the fixtured game between Weymouth Wales and Empire Club, slated for Tuesday at 9. I believe we have that information perhaps by tomorrow evening on the VOB 92.9 FM's penalty spot.
What is that game again?
Wales versus Empire.
Which one?
If the Wales team are back by Tuesday evening, that's the fixture that's on the website.
Oh, okay.
Apart from that, we move to Saturday, where there will be 3 matches. The Wales against St Andrew Lions at 5, Empire Club versus Notre Dame at 7, and Ellerton coming up against Britons Hill at 9. On Sunday's action, the 4 p.m. match, the Barbados Soccer Academy versus Paradise at 4. UWA Blackbirds taking on Youth Milan at 6. And at 8, the BDF Sports Program return for a thriller against the Pori Spring Football Club at 8.
Well, you have it all there from the man with all the stats. And like I said, we would want from this area and from the BFA and Trident 10 to congratulate all of those teams who have reached the Gold Cup and hope that in the coming years Barbados will get an opportunity to play in the Gold Cup and then go on to find themselves in the World Cup. But on this night, BDF Sports Program got it all right, winning by 6 goals to 1 against Clayton's Colatonic Notre Dame. To wrap it all up, the top national former striker and Empire striker, Trevor Thorne.
So as we round up those games then, we will see that the 2 matches on Saturday would have been the Crane Equipment Limited Ellerton FC 5, Marks Auto Players Pori Spring 1, Empire running all over Britons Hill by 3 goals to 1. And tonight the 4 p.m. encounter, Scottish Car Rental St Andrew Lions 1, RBC Capital Markets Barbados Soccer Academy 0. And in the middle game at 6, Paradise FC 2, UWA Blackbirds 1. And in the final game of the evening, which you just witnessed, the BDS Sports Program put in 6 past Clayton's Colatonic Notre Dame. Dames with a consolation goal on 40 minutes by Zico Edme. But the match and the points go to Zone 2, first place, BDS Sports Program with the 6-1 margin victory. And of course, thanks to the Barbados Football Association for the sponsorship coverage, as well as my sponsors, Result Auto Shop, for all of your automobile accessories with locations at White Park Road 429-4890 and Market Hill St George 228-2728. Results Auto Shop celebrating their 20th anniversary with attractive prices at both stores. Give them a call soon. Yours truly, Trevor Thorne, and on behalf of my co-commentator Keith Griffith, the Parises who commentated in the 4 p.m. match, and the Trident 10 production crew, as well as all of the Barbados Football Association staff here at the BFA Turf Wildy St Michael Barbados. It's good night and God bless until next weekend. Goodbye.
Barbados Steel Works, we're more than just steel. Foundation to roof and everything in between. Building or renovating, there is simply no debating. We supply all your construction needs. Visit our store today for a deal. Barbados Steel Works, a name you can trust. Quality material depend on us. Barbados Steel Works, we're more than just steel. Foundation to roof and everything in between. Come to Barbados Steel Works.
This is Kurt Brown, and I love mixing as a DJ and with my go-to drink, Clayton's Cola Tonic. Clayton's mixes with hard or soft. It's your secret and mine what we mix with Clayton's. Change it up depending on the event. I love the energy I get from it to keep me going all night long. Clayton's will know why you're up, and so will I. But your secret is safe. Clayton's Cola Tonic. Take it any way you like.
I wanna be loved.
We are jump-starting summer with the annual Barbados Reggae Festival, April 27th to 30th. 3 massive shows. Buju Banton, The Long Walk to Freedom Tour, April 27th. Buju Banton.
Over hills and valleys.
Wayne Wonder, Buggy Nikente, and Sprague Benz. The Magnum Explosion Reggae Beach Party, April 28th. Busy Signal. Sizzla.
Get to the porch. God, this song, come on.
And more. The Vintage Reggae Show and Dance, April 30th. Admiral Tibbet.
People business alone.
Splash Band, George Nooks, Mikey Spice, Judy Boucher, DJ Lil Rick, and Barrington Levy. The Barbados Reggae Festival, April 27th to 30th. A Fast 7-star production.
The fool has never been told.
When we are some Johnny Walker, drinking some fire water. When we are some Johnny Walker, drinking some fire water. With a bunch in Shizira, when we are some Johnny Walker. Pick up our drinkers in at this place right now. I got all of that yellow wine while I'm drinking some fire water. Energy got me feeling so